If I could go back in time and rebuild my physique, these are the top 10 movements that I would do and I would focus on in my training to rebuild my body better than it is right now. So first one is the bench press. My body thrives off the bench press. I've taken some time off the bench press. I've been a competitive powerlifter. I've bench pressed very, very heavy in competition. And I've taken some time away from that movement and focused on other lifts. But nothing develops my physique like a barbell bench press. Now, every person's built a little bit differently, but the bench press works wonders for overall upper body development for me. Hands down, bar none, the best. Now, one of the things that I probably would make a little bit of a change to this is I would probably focus more on close grip bench press so I can hit more triceps doing that. My brother-in-law, who is also a big YouTuber, really benches with a narrow grip. We're very friends. Pete, you could look him up. He's on this channel actually. And he bench presses very, very narrow. I bench press very, very wide. He has gigantic triceps. So we're attributing that to the close grip bench press. So I would probably focus more on the close grip bench press movement. But I still think for overall upper body development, standard bench press would be key to building my physique. So I'd probably alternate between regular bench press and close grip bench press. All right, so that was kind of like 1 and 1A. Number 2, alternating dumbbell curls. Doesn't matter if you're doing them standing or seated. I would do those. In the beginning, when I first started out, I was very strong and I focused just on moving as much weight as possible. So I focused primarily on the barbell curls. Now, barbell curls are a great movement, but for me and my biceps, I don't get much out of a barbell. I can't feel it the way that I'm supposed to. But I get way more out of dumbbells. I don't know if it's because I'm working each arm independently. I'm a little bit wider than the normal person. So when I use a barbell, my hands are like either super wide or super close and my shoulders come in and out. So I'm kind of like in either these positions. But when I do dumbbells, and especially an alternating one, I kind of lean to one side and I'm getting a perfect angle of squeeze for my biceps. So I'll go one side and then the other side, just like that. Alternating dumbbell curls, by far the best movement for bicep mass and development. The next thing that I would do in movement number 3, which is also another arm builder, is I would focus on the brachial radialis here, which is the muscle in between the biceps and the triceps. And the more developed this muscle is, the more it pushes the arm out and gives you the illusion of having bigger arms. So I love doing dumbbell spider hammer curls. The best movement you could do for that specific muscle group. I love it. It doesn't allow my shoulders to come into play and take over the movement. It allows me to be strict enough and also hit that targeted muscle. All right. The fourth one, and this is one that I've went back on so many times. Early on in my lifting career, I focused a lot on deadlifts. Deadlifts are a great movement, but Romanian deadlifts are by far the best posterior movement that you could do for a great back, great hamstrings, and just overall good strength. So I would focus on RDLs as opposed to regular deadlifts or trap bar. I would swap all of those out. And in place of that RDL, it's going to hit the traps. It's going to hit everything from the neck down and develop every muscle behind you. Nothing does that like an RDL, not even regular deadlifts. And I would even argue that RDLs are way safer than any other type of deadlift movement. All right. Number 5, for triceps, I would focus on easy bar French presses, seated. I love them seated, very strict. So basically, I don't like it with a dumbbell. It's basically you have both arms behind you and you're coming down and up. But I don't like it with one dumbbell. It's a very uncomfortable movement. The dumbbell is really big and bulky and in the way. But when you use an easy curl bar and you put it in there and you're just locked and loaded up and down, it puts your arms in the proper position and you're going to get way better development of your triceps, specifically that long head of the triceps when you do that. So I would focus on those. Number 6 movement for back development. Good old barbell rows, Dorian Yates style is probably my favorite way to do it. Just grab the barbell, rub it up and down the leg, and really focus on getting a really, really good contraction. So I like to think that I have an orange in between my shoulder blades, and when I come up, I squeeze the orange and try to make orange juice. But I try to squeeze it in a way that I squeeze the orange down so the juice flows down my back. And when I do that, I am able to retract the shoulder blades and get all of that upper, middle, lower back development, and also my lower lats with that as well. Nothing has worked for me like barbell rows, and I would continue doing those. All right, movement number 7. Another one of my favorite movements for side delt, the lying lateral raise. I love this movement. It's my favorite one out of all of them. I don't like standing dumbbell raises. I don't like even like cable. I'll do them, but I love lying down. I got this from Arnold Schwarzenegger. Arnold actually does it like on a bench with a little bit of an incline, but I think I saw it was Serge Nubret doing them lying on the ground, and I totally stole those. I love those. Those pump up my middle delt like crazy. If you haven't done those before, give those a shot. All right. Number 8, for legs, I would focus just on hack squats. Hack squats are the best exercise for overall quad development, way better than squats. Again, I'm a competitive powerlifter. Squats are a good movement, but hack squats are just way better at developing your legs, plain and simple. All right. Number 9, seated overhead press. I've focused on standing barbell press for too long. Seated overhead press is by far the best. And the way I like doing it is I like to set up the catches about right here. I bring the weight down to the catch. I let it rest for a second, and then I press it back up. That is the best way to do it. And again, focusing on pressing a little bit behind you as opposed to pressing in front of you is going to go a long way with shoulder development. And last but not least, one more movement for my back that I would do and I would incorporate would be a one-arm cable row. Now, I like doing these a little bit different. I will take like a cable crossover. I'll set it up pretty low. I'll put a bench in front of me so I'll really lock my torso in, and then I'll grab the weight, I'll pull it in, and I'll get a really good twisting motion to really activate my lats and get a good squeeze all the way through my back. I love those. I think they're way better than even doing like a cable row. It's just a totally different position because I can lock my pelvis in place. I could be way more upright, and I could focus on just squeezing my lats. So if I had to rebuild my physique, these are the 10 exercises I would do. Let me know below which one of those 10 you like to do. And if you haven't tried those, give some of them a shot. This was Anthony, and I'll catch you on the next one. If you enjoyed this, drop a like, a comment, and if you are looking for a coach and a nutritionist, visit our profile. We would love to help you out today.